I am the biggest grizzled young vets fan in the world. I grit my teeth every time I see them. So KMB, suck it.
Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
Oh, there's KMB, the sexy ninja, for a Paper Saber universe. Welcome to the New World podcast. I just picked it up and started singing. What up, y'all? So we're talking about Dynamite, August 28th, 2024. We started off with the return. I'm going to pop, right? Jon Moxley's back. New music. I don't know. I was like, cool. Moxley's back. You know, I was like, ooh. New music. Weird promo. Tells Tony Schiavone, because Tony's like, I gotta get up. I gotta, this is big. Gets in there, and then John says, this is not your company anymore. So rumor and speculation, there's even a picture out there of Shane McMahon with Tony Khan, and I'm like, are we teasing takeover with Shane McMahon involved and Moxley involved some way, somehow? I don't, you know, when he said the line, this is not your company anymore, and even if Shane does come in and it's a takeover, it's not his company either. So I don't know. I was kind of torn about this. I was like, we'll see. And John's being very cryptic and whatnot. But then we get Renee with the conglomeration and Hook and Willow, because they got a big match coming up. The first match of the night, Ishii versus Hangman Adam Page. He's angry. He's an angry cowboy. Of course, this was hard hitting, as it should be, but Hangman Adam Page got the win. Swerve comes out, and what's funny about this is wins and losses matter in AEW. That's what they said from the get-go. It's what they preach and stuff like that. So if that's the case, even with Swerve getting assistance some way, somehow, over Hangman Adam Page, he has beaten him 3 times. 3 times he has beaten him. All the way to the point where he hung Hangman Adam Page, you know, and he tells, it gets a little personal. Swerve gets into it. He's like, I've been to your house, this and that. And so the challenge was issued. So they're going to face each other at All Out, not this Saturday, but next Saturday in Chicago in a steel cage. And I'm like, and I hope this is the end. This is it. Have the big blow off between these two. Then we move along. Then we go into Jamie Hayter. She's back versus Harley, Saraya. And Jamie Hayter beats down Harley. She gets the win. Saraya goes running away, leaving her best friend. Then we got Renee with Jericho and Roderick, because they have a big match up next. But, yeah. MJF, though, comes out. He's mad. He's angry. He denounces his American citizenship to everybody. He's like, no, I'm not. You know, I'm and everybody else, too. Go screw yourself. You know, and so I really did enjoy this promo, and he goes after Will, and he says, hey, man, next you're going to go after the biggest prize in this industry, and I'm going to cut you down at the knees. So, you know, I'm still a threat to you. But Daniel Garcia, he has to change his focus, says, hey, you bum, I gave you all the keys you needed to be successful in this business, and you did what you did at All In. Daniel Garcia comes out, attacks in the big fight. He wants to drop MJF on his neck. They get the scuffle, get out. Then Daniel Garcia picks up the mic. He's like, hey, man, my destiny is to ruin your life. That is my goal. Issues a challenge. So at All Out, we will get MJF versus Daniel Garcia. Which like, all right. Ricochet package. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So Ricochet is here. Ricochet has a big match tonight with one of my favorites, Kyle Fletcher. I'm very excited about that. We got Hook and the Conglomeration versus Strong and the Learning Tree. Hook, Conglomeration for the win. This was a fun match. You know, all these cats involved. We get Undisputed Kingdom after Hook and Conglomeration, mouthful, gets the win. And of course, all-out brawl. It's an all-out brawl. Then we have Mercedes Moné with the... Wow. You know what? I already forgot her bodyguard's name. Camille. I was like staring blankly off into the distance. I'm like, oh, I forgot. But Private Party's like, hey, you know, hollering at Mercedes Moné. But here comes Okada. And Sayonara bitches is what Private Party got. Because Okada's like, CEO. We got Tony. He brings out Mariah. Mariah looking great with that championship. She tells everybody, like, hey, the celebration is not going to happen tonight, especially not in this town. This town needs a little glamour. And she shows off with her belt and looking great and stuff like that. So then she goes, and that's it. That's all, folks. She walks off. Young Vets. This was funny. So this was from All In, and the young grizzled young vets. They see the Bucks, and then they're talking smack among them. They're like, yeah, we're here. We're all elite. And then after this they cut right back to the grizzled young vets cutting a promo because they have a match on Rampage. Whoever we face, and I was like, and it shows on the screen they're facing the Outrunners, and I was like, oh, okay, well, grizzled young vets are here, and there's somebody's favorite team, you know. So there's somebody out there that likes the Grizzled Young Vets. That's probably like a huge, like, I am the biggest Grizzled Young Vets fan in the world. I grit my teeth every time I see them. So KMB, suck it. Sorry. I like to make myself pop sometimes. And Ricochet versus Kyle Fletcher. Awesome match, dude. Big loss for Kyle, but of course Ricochet's not going to. Ricochet's like, I got that money. Thank you, Tony. I'm here to wrestle the best. And he can go outside the norm. He can have those big 5-star matches. Like he can, you know, and he was rocking gloves too. So I was just like, all right, this guy's like, I'm here to wrestle. I'm here to play. I'm here to wrestle the best. And that's what Ricochet is going to do. And then here comes Will Ospreay. I got goosebumps. Oh, I got goosebumps, man. Like before AEW, before all that, like you had to find these matches online between him and Will, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's a huge tease right there. I grinned into ear to ear, and I was like, oh baby. But of course, here comes that bastard Pac. He attacks Will, leaves him there, and tells Will, like, hey, don't forget about me, because it's going to be those two for the International Championship at All Out. And he tells Ricochet, back of the line, man, and welcome to All Elite, and back of the line. So we got some stuff there. Then we get Moxley backstage, and something pearls, I don't know. He's being cryptic and weird. And and out of nowhere, this person attacks, and they're like, man, I don't know. She's attacking. I'm like, who the hell is this? Until our great commentators, who have to guide us sometimes, are like, that's Marina Shafir. I was like, oh, cool. So we'll see what's gonna develop with this Jon Moxley thing, and now Marina Shafir's with him. We get a Takeshita package. He's at the G1 tournament, New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's looking great, and he's going to be on Rampage this Friday. Then after that, we go into Bryan Danielson, our new champ. The American Dragon is now the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. What does this mean? He's talked about his neck. He's talked about this. This is the last year. His contract's up. All these things. And Bryan has told us, like, I will not go out as champion. I will defend this title as many times as I can. And at All Out, it's first come, first serve. And guess who's answering that challenge? Jack Perry. No, I'm not lying. You're probably like, what? Jack Perry. After defeating Darby Allin, he is getting a world title shot at Bryan Danielson. He says it is his duty and job to retire the Dragon. So, at All Out. And it was through a video package, and then he's like, and the future is behind you. What does that mean? Jack Perry attacks. and he holds both titles up, and that's the way we end the show. I'm scratching my head. September 7th, All Out. You know, I got to get off the high of All in London and everything like that. And like, I'm glad though. I will say I did bitch about the whole like, oh, 2 pay-per-views, oh, you know, but I'm glad that it's not this weekend. It's next week. Like they at least have it separate so we can build these stories in these next 2 weeks and whatnot for that pay-per-view. So I think we're gonna get a lot of like just matches. Just like here's a match, All Out Chicago. So that's it. That's all. I give this a solid 3 out of 5 for Dynamite. August 28th, 2024. Tony Taz Excalibur on commentary. We're in Champaign, Illinois, right? I hope I said that right. So September 7th, All Out. Are you excited? Are you excited for this weekend? Huge weekend, man. And I'm only just talking about Emergence. We got Emergence. We got Bash in Berlin. We got NXT No Mercy, and something else that started this week that I'm kind of like on the fence about because I already have a lot of wrestling on my plate. But JCW Juggalo Championship Wrestling now has a show called Lunacy. Violent J talked about at the gathering of the Juggalos this year. It's going to be a weekly thing, and then they're going to go, I think, JCW versus GCW at some point. So a lot of things are on the horizon, and this show just started, and I'm thinking of adding it to the New World podcast, but we shall see. And it is a very mature content show. So I watched like the first 5 minutes where Violent J came out. He cut a promo, you know, saying like JCW has been around for this long. You know, we're the best promotion. We're gonna give you the best. Blah 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 blah. You know, so I will think about it. I might talk about it here and there, but yeah. So JCW Lunacy, and I believe it's gonna be on the Thriller app, or whatever Fight was before. That's what they're going to be on, and I believe they said they already have several episodes in the bag, so you can check that out. Juggalo Championship Wrestling, if you want to check that sort of thing out. I believe Willie Mack is the current JCW World Heavyweight Champion. He is at the starting of that show, so if you want to go check out JCW, and I believe it's on Psychopathic Records YouTube channel, or it's going to be on Thriller TV, but I know that first episode's up. Lunacy by JCW. All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. And my match tonight was Ricochet versus Kyle Fletcher. That was awesome. Great showing for Ricochet. And that's it. That's all. Like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with the bum down at Walmart. Go to that link tree. Get some sexy ninja merch. Okay? And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Ahead. The boot intercepted by Ishii. German suplex. No, Hangman on his feet.
He is so agile, this Hangman. Watch out, discus.
Rolling elbow strike. The first one.